Hi, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Lindsay and I have done Weight Watchers for, it'll be 2 years in April. So today I'm going to be sharing a what I eat in a day on Weight Watchers. I was doing the purple plan when they introduced the 3 separate plans. I can go into a little bit more detail later, but I switched back to the blue plan, which was, it's basically just like the old freestyle plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and flash back to my breakfast, and then I will see you in a little bit to tell you what I'm having for lunch.
For breakfast, I'm just having plain non-fat Greek yogurt mixed with sugar-free pudding mix and just some berries that I got from the freezer section that have been thawed out. I unfortunately am allergic to eggs, so I'm just having a vegan egg substitute omelet. I've got a piece of deli turkey that I've cut up and then the sliced Velveeta cheese, and I'm just going to top it with this salsa that I picked up from Walmart.
So for lunch today, I'm going to have leftovers. This does not look nearly as appetizing as it did last night. And if you watched my last video, it is the last recipe that I included in the 3 Mexican-inspired Weight Watchers friendly dishes. So I am gonna sit down at the table and have my bean and green chili burritos, and I will see you later, probably for an afternoon snack. It is 3 o'clock on the dot and I'm feeling hungry, and I am going to have a Quaker rice cake. These are the chocolate ones and they have teeny tiny chocolate chips in it. Just craving something sweet this afternoon. Here's what it looks like. I'm getting better light. Those rice cakes are 2 points each. So I'm gonna have that and maybe, I don't know, maybe something to drink, like a lemonade packet or something. But that is it for now. And then I think I'm gonna do burgers for dinner, and I'll just have mine over lettuce, and I will show you that later on. Yeah, I'll check in a little bit for dinner. So tonight for dinner, I'm gonna do burgers and butternut squash in the air fryer. I usually do like a whole butternut squash, but I just wanted something simple. I've never had this before, but I'm just going to stick this in the air fryer with some seasonings, and I will show that. And this is really good if you season it, and then just with some ketchup. And then here I have 96.4 lean ground beef that I'm going to separate into patties, and I'm going to have 6 ounces of this, which I believe is 4 points for that, and I'll make a double out of it. And then on top, I'm doing 1 slice split in half on each of my patties, so half on each of my patties. And this is the cheese that I'm using, the Velveeta, and 1 slice is 1 point. I'm also going to chop up some white mushrooms and saute them with some sweet onion, and then we can just top our burgers with that. So my husband will probably have this, and we also have some leftover bacon that's already cooked, so he will have that. And then actually he doesn't even eat the lean ground beef. He likes, I think it's 80-20. They're from Costco, like the pre-formed patty. So I'm thawing that out for him to have when he gets home from work. And my kids will eat a cheeseburger as well. My little guy without a bun, and then my almost 4-year-old with a bun and cheese and all that good stuff. So that is what I'm gonna get started on, and I'm gonna show on camera how I get everything going. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk on the camera, and my kids are running around and the TV is on, so this is what we're dealing with right now, but I'm gonna show you how to form the patties. So I have my food scale here. This is just off of Amazon. And then a piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna get this opened up. And for myself, I'm going to, let me see if I can turn this. I'm gonna go to pounds and ounces. Make sure it's zeroed out, and I'm gonna do 6 ounces. That's good enough. All right. So I'm gonna take this onto my cutting board. I'm probably gonna give my hands a little wash because I didn't get my spices out. So for spices, I'm just gonna use some garlic powder, and then I'm also going to use some of this amazing burger seasoning. It's delish. If you've never tried it, I got it from Aldi. Just buy all the other spices. So I'm gonna take this and just season it. Just kind of work the seasonings in. And then I'm gonna divide this up into 2 3-ounce patties. I'm not gonna remeasure. I'm just gonna do a ball. And I'm gonna do these one at a time, and I'm just gonna put them on a plate. Set that there. And I'm just gonna fold this over, and I'm gonna get this pretty thin. Like that. So those 2 will be mine. And I'm just gonna keep going with the rest of the ground beef. I'm probably just gonna make, this is what I've got left. I'm probably gonna make my sons their burgers, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and freeze the rest of this, and then I'll have it for later. This is just a pound. Okay, so I've got all of that whole 8-ounce pack of mushrooms chopped, washed. I took the stems off, that's just what my preference, and then chopped them up. And then it was about 3/4 of a yellow onion left in there, and I just cut it up into strips like that. I did the bottom of my pan with the extra virgin olive oil spray, and then I'm gonna go over it again with the spray, and I'll do garlic powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my butternut squash, and I can show you how I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do it in my air fryer. So I just have just a regular old mixing bowl here, and my pre-cut up butternut squash. And I'm gonna make all of this because the kids will eat it and my husband will eat it too. And I'm just gonna put this same spray oil all over it. I'm just gonna do some ground black pepper, some pink Himalayan sea salt. This comes out so fast. And also some garlic powder. Just a sprinkle. And then I'm just gonna use a spoon to toss that up. So here's what we're working with it. If anyone wants more salt at the table, we'll have salt available. So now I've got my air fryer basket here. I'm gonna coat this pretty generously so nothing sticks. And spread this as evenly as possible so everything gets cooked. So here's what it looks like in the bottom. And I'm gonna do this probably on the French fry temperature for, I'm gonna try 12 minutes, and I'm gonna start this at the same time that I start my husband's partially frozen burger. All right, so here is this, and I think I'm gonna do the French fry setting, but just for 12 minutes, and this was at 400. So I'm gonna let that go, and then I'm gonna get my husband's burger started. I'm gonna get this pan nice and hot, which takes a while because it's so big. All right, so I've got our burgers put on. I have flipped his. These are going, just sauteing, and the butternut squash has 5 minutes left. I'm gonna have to probably check it, but here's what I've got for my plate. I've got just a bed of lettuce that I've already chopped up. This is the ketchup I'm going to use. And this is the mustard, just yellow mustard. And then I'm gonna use some of these dill pickle chips as well. And then I've got some toppings for my husband too. All right, so now I'm just gonna put the cheese on. So these little guys, I'll give them a full piece of cheese. I'm gonna turn this down. And then my 2 patties, I'm just gonna split the piece of cheese between my 2 patties. That way it's still just 1 point and it's still plenty of cheese. All right, and let's see what's going on over here. This is nice and crispy, fogging up my camera. And I think that that's done. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this so this all stays hot. And here are our mushrooms and onions. All right, here's how everything turned out. I've got my butternut squash, and I'll eat that with some ketchup. I think I gave myself 3 tablespoons of the no sugar added ketchup. So I will go ahead and put that on, and there's my burgers. I've already put the mushrooms and onions on, and then I'm gonna add all these goodies too, and I am gonna go chow down, and I will see you later for a snack. Here's the total points for my dinner. All right, so as promised, I wanted to just take some time and kind of explain why I switched from the purple plan to the blue plan. First and foremost, I feel like it's just because it's familiar going from the freestyle to the blue plan. The purple plan, with the weight loss that I wanted to see, I was allotted 16 points, and that's because they take into account that you're going to be eating more carbs. But I just felt like I was constantly starving and I could never eat enough, I guess. Even if I was compensating with like adding more carbs in, I felt like I just couldn't eat enough. So, and then also I just adding more like, I guess, carbs into my diet, it was making my stomach not feel all that great. I don't know if my body's just like not used to it or what, but I just didn't feel that great. So not only was my stomach upset a lot of the time, but I was also hungry a lot. So I decided, after giving it about 4 weeks on the purple plan, I think it was 4 weeks, maybe it was longer, that I was just gonna switch back to blue and see how it goes. So I have 23 points on the blue plan. So it feels like being back to something a little bit more familiar. It feels good, especially, you know, getting back on track after the holidays. And I think through the holidays, I pretty much maintained. I might have gained like a pound or 2, but it's probably just bloat from eating like sodium heavy meals for like
Christmas dinner and Christmas Eve and whatnot, so, and there was like Christmas cookies in there too, but I know it'll come back off. So anyway, it feels good to be back on something a little bit more familiar, and I did appreciate my time on the Purple Plan. I really liked having oatmeal for breakfast and whatnot, but this is good. I feel a lot more relaxed, and like I have a little bit more leeway with my points to do a little bit more with what I want to do with them. So as for right now, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. It's 7:30 and I might wait until like 8 or so. And then I think I'm gonna have a little bit of the Jolly Time popcorn that I always have. It's 3 points for the bag, and then I usually just add a tad bit more salt. So it has more flavor to it. But I think this is where I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I'm sure we'll either play a game or watch something on TV. And I will see you in my next video. If you liked this and found it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more from me. I try to put out new videos every Monday and Wednesday. My schedule's been a little bit off with the holidays and spending time with the kids and family, but I hope to be back on track in the new year. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!